So hello, how is everyone doing today? So I am making this video because I've seen quite a few videos about how YouTube changed my life, and I thought, well, maybe I should do one of those because this year I've decided to vlog my mostly Monday to Friday life, because I turned 40 almost more than a week ago, and I thought it would be a great idea. I've been on YouTube for like 10 years, and initially I wanted to do that to document my 30 when I was turning 30, but I didn't know how to do it. Mobile technology wasn't there yet, and you know, mobile editing wasn't there yet. But I've still been uploading to YouTube for years and years now. If you check my channel, you will see there are like 500 videos. But I think I was only up to 300 subscribers, maybe 200 subscribers up until early last year, 2023. And then one of my videos about washing machine blew up, and that got me through to like 500 subscribers to 600 subscribers. And this year I passed the 1,000 subscribers milestone. Financially, it meant nothing because I'm not making any money off those 500 videos at all. I guess because I'm obsessed when I try to do something, so I just like repetition. I'm autistic. And I like repeating things over and over again, and making videos is kind of like that, you know, it's repetitive things. But I wasn't expecting to get subscribers from being 40, to be honest, because when I started it, I thought, no one's watching my channel anyway, because my channel was not, you know, people don't come to my channel to watch me. I know like some people watch it for like the how-to videos and the review videos, and that's okay because I make those videos to be useful and to be for people to actually use them, because I want to be useful too, and you know, I want to be helpful to someone. But I'm working on that. I'm working on my chronic people pleasing side that is hopefully going to be toned down quite a lot. Also, I just got out of bed. I haven't showered yet, and it's hot as I'm having hot flushes, and that's what happens when you go into midlife and heading towards menopause. All the challenges of being middle-aged. So yeah, I wasn't expecting anything going into 2024 because I thought, oh well, my channel is not doing well. Viewer-wise, hours-wise, it feels like everything is just so out of reach. And so I just decided not to do anything about that, rather than trying to gain subscribers or watch hours. I was actually just being selfish. I just wanted to have a document of this year, because I wanted to do something like 9 to 5 this year. And like last year I signed up for TAFE. Like TAFE is in Australia, it's like a vocational school, meaning like it's not university, it's more like technical school. It's like where most people would go to study trades and stuff. I signed up for that, and then I canceled the registration 5 days later. I kind of wanted to do something routine for the weekdays rather than not have a structure. So I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a structure. So I decided on the 2nd of this January or the 3rd of January, somewhere along there, I decided, oh, maybe I should just do YouTube like Monday to Friday, and also to document my 40th year of life. So this year is still ongoing, and maybe still gonna keep going till the end of the year. You never know, I might quit tomorrow with that documentation, with that documentary. It's not air quote because it's not really a documentary, because I am the one that is editing it. So is it really a documentary if you're the one that is editing it? Because you can't edit anything that you don't want to be out. A documentary is supposed to be like outside your control, like it's someone else's narrative. But anyway, I'm vlogging my 40th year. That's my like my version of my But now we are in early March as the time of the recording. I realized like apparently there's a lot of women out there maybe heading towards middle age that might feel the same way as I am, tired, exhausted, financially disabled, unable to do anything, trapped in their world and in their life, not knowing how to get out. I don't have any solution to that at all because I am not in a position to, like, you know, break through those things in the moment. Don't have the capacity for that. But it definitely made me feel like, okay, my journey is definitely not unique. It's everyone is, you know, going through this, like female around my age. Probably if you're here, maybe look like me too. Maybe having problems with cultural differences with the way you look and the way you brought up in a Western society. If you're here, you're probably autistic too. You never know. And hopefully, I feel like as I'm trying to be as selfish as I can by doing this and just by uttering my my inner thought onto camera, I hope that people actually, to be honest, I hope that my selfish pursuit helps you be cathartic with your own emotional processing and thought processing. That would be my goal, because I read a lot of graphic novels and a lot of Korean manhwas, and I watch a lot of Korean dramas. So I process a lot of my emotional and my thoughts that way. And maybe people do the same with these videos. But for me personally, how it has changed, especially this year, is for me, YouTube personally, because up to last year, it was just a hobby. I do it when I want to, when I can, when I leave the house. So it feels like it's a, you know, it's just an excursion. It's like an escape from daily life. But this year, it was more about, you know, this daily life, this daily grunt. So rather than just showing the highlight of the week, this year it feels, YouTube for me feels more like showing you the lowlights and all the lowlights, and maybe like there's a 1 minute highlight of life, and you know, that's quite humbling. But the upside of it is that every day becomes different, and every time I upload a video, it feels like the day is over, and I feel like I clocked off, and I feel like that day's trouble kind of washes away with the video as I upload it. And that felt really different, because in the past I felt like, you know, a day problem kind of compounds to the next day, and then it compounds again, it compounds, and it kind of just roll. It becomes a snowball effect, and it can become bigger and bigger. But because I'm uploading almost every day, that day problem just stay on that day, or at least it doesn't drag on till the week after that. So it feels very contained within a day. And if I'm not uploading, YouTube is, you know, it's not going to be like that. So I feel like uploading to YouTube, especially this year, have helped a little bit of my mental health and keeping a little bit of sanity, because I have a medium or platform to vent. And in the past, I would be so afraid to vent, because why would anyone hear anyone vent? You know, why would people be the emotional rubbish for other people? I don't want to be doing that in my life, especially at 40. Why would people do that? And I think one of my inability to comprehend other people is sometimes what people want to hear is not necessarily what I want to hear, and what I want to hear is not necessarily what people want to hear. And I forget that just because I'm not interested doesn't mean other people is not interested. And being 40, I've lived my whole life I felt like I'm trapped in a mirror, because people's problem that looks easy for them really become difficult for me. And then there are a lot of times where things are easy for me, but it's very difficult for other people. So I forgot that fact because I've been by myself for a long time. And I think like having YouTube is a good way to have a buffer from real life interaction and isolation. So it's just somewhere in the middle, because real life interaction, it's like it impacts you a lot more, but you don't have control over it. So you can't just press a mute button on someone, you know, in real life, and you can't say to them, I'm gonna block you out of my life, you know, as they're insulting you. So with internet there is some sort of control. Even though it's a little bit control, you don't have much control. You have some control. You can block someone if they are offended, if they're offensive to you, towards you, you know, things like that. Like you have some kind of moderation in place, some kind of machination. I don't know. Talking is very difficult for me. And I think like this year especially, I think I'm talking about how YouTube changed my life this year, because this year I have posted more than 50 videos. That's more than what I posted last year, all combined. So this year I posted more than last year, and it's only what right now is 13th of March. So just by doing that every day, almost every day, and I just edited on CapCut, which is on my mobile. So I record everything on my mobile. Right now I'm recording on my mobile, and I'm just going to edit it on CapCut. So it's not going to be, I didn't want it to be difficult. I don't have money to buy gears. I don't have anything to do, you know, to splash on stuff. And I also learned when you're 40 that you have just to do it, and don't be fancy, just do the work. But even that, as a bitter and jaded 40-year-old, you just, because you put on the work doesn't mean you're gonna reap the rewards. So I also learned that. This video is probably the positive side of it, is it really helps me just to process things and to hear kind words. And also some people decided to tip me money for my work, and it's like, wow, it's great, because I felt like, yes, the amount is also cool, but I felt like, oh, I'm being taken care of. And so weird, because I didn't expect it to be, because I've been, you know, I was live streaming like 7 years ago. So it's just part of a habit to always have a tip link anywhere, like donation link anywhere in your description box or your bio or whatever. It's just part of the habit, and I don't really think much about it. I'm like, oh, no one's gonna do anything anyway. And I felt really taken care of, and every time that happened, and it feels really like nurturing. It feels like, and most of them are women, and this is happy tears. This is happy tears. This is not sad tears. I'm also almost on my period, so this is also hormonal tears. So don't worry, I'm not sad right now. I'm not sad. But it felt like a maternal feeling, like someone who had been taking care of herself for almost all of her life. Having women supporting me is like, oh, this is gonna be so embarrassing to edit. It's like, I'm not gonna edit this. I think I'd be too embarrassed to edit this. It just feels not novel, because I never felt that. I never felt female nurturing, like mother nurturing feeling in my life. So So they're not a lot, but I just felt that it was really appreciated. And I don't know how my videos would be helpful to you, but I'm just trying to get through every day. So to the people who have tipped so far, thank you. I'm still drinking coffee. That's how that bit, which is like tipping, changed my inner world. Not my financial world so much, even though there was a moment where I didn't have money to buy food, and then I just remembered, and then suddenly an email came through and said, hey, your thing just got deposited into your bank account. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can buy food today. Yay. So it's not a big deal. I do have savings, but it's just like the day-to-day stuff. Like I try not to touch those, because once you dip into your savings, you are in trouble. And my savings is not big as well. It's just enough, hopefully, not to starve myself unless it's absolutely necessary. But yeah, YouTube suddenly becomes a very different beast this year. It becomes a companion, a friend, a mother, sometimes like a job, but not necessarily a job, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I don't think I'm gonna be able to monetize this channel. Mostly in the back end, like there's a lot of things in the back end that is so confusing. But emotionally, it's completely changed my perspective and my ability to receive and my ability to maintain space. Meaning, before I was always afraid, oh, is the video gonna be too long? If I post every day, it's gonna be annoying for people, like seeing my face every day. Why would anyone want to see me every day? And I think because I started it as a selfish pursuit, I felt like this is more for me, not for other people. No one was gonna watch anyway, because no one was watching anyway. I didn't really have that preconceived thoughts like, oh, people are gonna watch this, and you know, I didn't have that thought anymore. And by showing up every day, I didn't really have much time to ruminate on how the last video go, because the next day I have to make another video and I have to make another video. So it's really good for me, especially this year, not to overthink of how the video is performing, because it doesn't matter how it performs. That's not the goal. The goal was just to keep making video for 5 days a week right now. I'm not promising anything. And then yeah, I definitely feel burnout sometimes, and by the time the weekend rolls over, I would feel like I don't want to do anything, I don't want to make anything. It felt like almost like any other job that I had. But the difference is, of course, I have control over it. I have control over what I'm recording, what I'm writing, with what I am trying to portray to something. And then maybe it's difficult for people to understand, but because of the way my brain works, I constantly think 24/7. So writing things on my videos is not as hard as it should have been, because I have more to say than I do what it says on screen. And I feel it's harder to choose what to be displayed, and every day it compounds, it expands inside my head. So every day is just about selecting a few things that I want to say. And I realize, like, you know, normal people can get a bit overwhelmed with the way autistic brain works. So I'm just trying to give like maybe 2 out of 10 what's inside my brain, because I feel if I give it all, it'll be too much. Sometimes I can see like a reaction in a video where I'm only giving like 3/10 of my emotional world, or like or 2/10 of what I'm thinking, and then the response would be so intense from the other person. They feel it so dramatically, and it just becomes very a dark experience for them. But for me, it was not even going into the halfway mark of the depth of what I was going through. It was like still at the surface level. So I'm trying to manage it that way when it's time to make a video, because I feel like I'm learning a lot as well about like people, even though through a very tiny bit of interaction. Anyway, focus. So how YouTube has changed my life as a 40-year-old woman. I feel loved mostly when people liked my videos. Of course, as an Asian, as an ethnically Chinese people, that appreciation is much more in depth when people tip me money, because it's like, you like my video so much, you give me money. Like, yes, like from a objective point of view, it's like I'm actually making so like not even pennies in the dollar, because I'm devoting like so much hours and only making $1, $2, $5 every now and then. So from that perspective, when you compare cost analysis, like the hour and how much hour energy spent and how much dollar is earned, like this is not a profitable business at all. And even if you compare it to other YouTubers, I heard people say like they've got 40,000 subscribers and they're only earning like $100 every single month. If you imagine that, like Taylor Swift made millions and millions of dollars in Melbourne recently, and she only had 36,000 people in that arena, and that was a lot of people, and she made millions and millions of dollars. And those 36,000 people brought so much money to the city, like 200 million. So for a YouTuber with 40,000 subscribers making $100 a month is bullshit if you think it objectively. Okay, so if you put it that way, it can ruin your life. But also on the other side, on this side, I am thinking, wow, because as a person who does it, sometimes you devalue yourself a lot, especially if you're a middle-aged woman. Is the most devalued demographic in the world. They do so much with no money at all. But for someone to like a video so much that they fork their own money out and then give it to another person without me asking is crazy. Like crazy. Like, of course I am expecting money when I'm selling my art and stuff. Like, you know, yeah, I'm expecting this much money because I put the work on it and it's gonna bring so much value to your space. But that's like a fair exchange because I'm expecting you to fork money on my work. But this, because it's still a hobby, I felt like it not valued as much, even though more work probably put on this than my actual business right now, just right now. But so yeah, so that kind of like really made me feel wow, appreciated of how like it really definitely burst, like level up my ego. I felt like, wow, I can do this. People are supporting me. I can do this. And when it hit 1,000 subscribers, I thought, wow, we can go towards 1 million subscribers. And then and after that, it dropped straight away, thinking, wow, I don't think I want 1 million subscribers watching me crying in my bed. That would be so crazy. And like, I don't think that would happen, but I'm lately been very greedy and delusional. The Lulu is the Solulu. But yeah, so I'm not sure if this rambling is enough to show you how much YouTube has changed me as a 40 years old, because it's still ongoing right now. And definitely I'm not making any other money from YouTube. I can show you my stats. I'm gonna put it here of my stats. I'm still like so much like so many hours away, and also have problems with AdSense right now because apparently I have a duplicate account and I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, this is gonna be one of those cases where you make so much views and so much watch hours for YouTube that is $1 billion companies, but you can't even get someone online to email to chat about your problem and to deal with this. Your work will go down the drain. Anyway, before you subscribe to this channel, if you have intention to subscribe, I'm not gonna be too egoistic and I'm not going to inflate my ego too much saying that you will subscribe. I have to warn you that I am a very depressive person, pessimistic person, and my vibe is definitely not cheery and not talkative at all. So what you see right now is not the vibe of my general channel. So don't get catfish by this video. If this video is chaotic, because my life is chaotic. Anyway, it's almost gonna hit like more than 30 minutes on my watch, so I'm gonna sign off and thank you for watching this video. Hopefully, if you're gonna start a YouTube journey, you're probably gonna do better than me anyway, so go for it. I'll see you later. Bye everyone.